Hi everyone, Sajid Amit here, and welcome to episode 2 of my reflection series video. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, you can check out the first reflections video I've done on the BIS AB 1266 Phi TC. So as I explained in my previous video, and I'll stop explaining after this episode 2, what I'm doing with the series is I'm talking about electronics, headphones, IM, speakers, what have you, that I've tried, that I've owned significantly for a significant period of time, and I don't have them with me anymore, but a lot of you have wondered about my impressions on these devices or products. So this is me just, giving commentaries on products that I've owned for a long time that I've not reviewed on this channel. Without further ado, let's dive into episode 2. And at some point, I'll stop keeping track of these episode numbers. But this one is about the Holo Audio May DAC. The Holo Audio May DAC is, in one word, phenomenal for the price. And this is coming from someone who's tried higher-end DCS Rossini with the Master Clock, the DCS Apex, the Lena system. I've tried a bunch of MSB DACs. I've tried even Pro Audio DACs like the M-Labs DACs, the Wise DAC, which are amazing. So I just want to say that I'm someone who's not new to DACs. I do think DACs will make a difference up until a certain price point, guys. So those of you who think that I'm just talking about snake oil, I respect your perspective, but you're wrong. So a lot of these Chi-Fi DACs, the Chinese DACs you might get, like the topping stuff or SMSL stuff, don't sound very different from each other. I know. But once you start getting into the realms of the Holo Audio May stuff, these DACs can make or break the experience for you. The transducers often, to some extent, stop mattering. They don't stop mattering, I'm exaggerating. But what happens is, you can get a or speakers or headphones that you don't like, and you can fix them, contrary to what other reviewers are saying to you. With some DACs, it's very difficult, it's a very low percentage affair, and you might fail, so keep that in mind. But overall, transducers do make the most impact to your enjoyment, so that's true. The Holo Audio May DAC is a uniquely flavored DAC. I don't think it sounds neutral, but I do think it sounds natural. The word neutral has been hijacked by objectivists in the hobby, although I personally am a very objective person, I think. Even that word has been hijacked by objectivists, I think. But anyway, my tryst with this DAC goes back to my friendship with Golden Sound, who's still a great friend. He's helped me out a lot in the hobby, and we keep in touch, and we're great friends. So before Golden Sound became Golden Sound, meaning before he started doing reviews, we used to chat about products because we were both Susvarophiles, and we used to talk about what speaker amp is making a Susvara sing. He used to praise the benchmark HB2. I was experimenting with Past Labs, and I've also sent him a few Past Labs products to try out. So we've had this great synergistic friendship. A shout out to Golden Sound. Amazing guy. So I found the Holo Audio May DAC through Golden Sound at a time when I was looking for a high-end DAC. And he's the one who suggested that if you're interested in spending that kind of money, why not try an R2R DAC? These R2R DACs nowadays measure very well. It's got great jitter performance, great synad, great everything, great dynamic range, and it sounds very natural. It works with the Susvara. I had caveats, I had reservations about how massive it is, but he convinced me that it does look like a nice centerpiece on your desk. So I bought it. I bought it from Holo's dealer in Hong Kong, this wonderful gentleman called Jojo, and it arrived very quickly. It used to be priced lower at that time, and I fell in love with it. I had a D90, a topping D90 at that time, and I switched from the topping D90 to the Holo Audio May, and I was like, this sounds so much more natural. And I was playing this song which had vocals that was reverberating around the stage, just echoing back and forth, bouncing off the walls in that auditorium. And that effect I completely missed on the topping D90. And the moment I switched on, this was Vara, the Holo Audio May DAC, I had a speaker amp at that time, a very resolving speaker amp, the Accuphase. So I was blown away by the resolution I was getting, which had stepped up. I was blown away by the fact that the resolution was coming to me in a very natural way. I was blown away by the sort of depth of stage that the Holo is known for. I hope it's known for that because it does accentuate with speakers. With speakers sometimes, with the Holo May, the sound just comes like really far away from you. If the recording was done in a large stadium, for example, if it's a live performance, for example, you get this grandiose presentation where you're, several rows back, and it sounds magnificent with speakers. With headphones, even, you get that stage where it's very layered front to back, and also in terms of width. So that was the first thing that blew me away. It is a very heavy DAC. It's about 20 kilograms, so it does require some strength to pick it up, move it around. It takes up a lot of space. Like, my desk was at its mercy, so I wasn't able to fit in as many electronics as I would like. It's heavy, and it gets hot. It gets really hot. So all that's worth keeping in mind. The NOS mode, the NOS mode on the Holo May is just the stuff of dreams and legends. It's just beautiful. It's very analog. Another con of the Holo May is the upsampling mode. The oversampling mode is not as interesting on the Holo May. It just starts to sound less analog. I do believe they have a separate DAC inside. But anyways, I won't get into the architecture of the Holo May as much. I'll leave a link to Golden's review for that. He does a great job, a two-part review. In the first part, he talks about the architecture. The second one, he talks about his subjective impressions. This is just a reflections video, guys. The Holo May for $5,000 was amazing. I have A/B'd it with the Cord Dave, and I think there are things the Holo May does that the Cord Dave does not. I know owners of the Holo May who've tried $15,000 DACs, even higher end DACs, and have preferred the Holo May. I know people who prefer the Holo May to the DCS Bar Talk. I know people who prefer the Holo May to even like MSB DACs, the lower end MSB offerings in the $12,000-$15,000 range. However, I wouldn't myself personally, sort of say that the Holo May is better than these MSB DACs, because I have dropped a review of the MSB DAC, that I'll link in the description of this video. I do want to say it's a crazy performer for the price of $5,000. It's a crazy performer for the price of $5,000. I'm just repeating myself. It is. The resolution is fantastic. The soundstage grandiosity is fantastic. You don't miss anything in the music. It's very interestingly layered and separated out. The bass sounds great. It's not lacking at all. It's not overpowering either, but there's good bass extension. You get a good mid-bass presentation. You get a good lower mid-range presentation. The upper mid's a bit recessed, so they're a bit, far away from you, so that's worth keeping in mind. So if you like your vocals up and close, that DAC might not be for you. The treble can be somewhat sweetly rolled off. It doesn't sound rolled off, but definitely is not as sharp as, let's say, on the Denner Phipps Aries 2, which I liked, actually. Even the lower price Denner Phipps Aries 2, I thought, in terms of the treble only, given my preferences, I thought it synergized better with some headphones which needed a treble lift. So that's worth keeping in mind. If your speakers need a treble lift, if your headphones need a treble enhancement, the Holo May is a bit gentle when it comes to the treble register. So that's worth keeping in mind. Overall, amazing DAC for $5,000. I've had the pleasure of owning it for a long time. It was my primary DAC. It's what made me sell other DACs that had brought in, like the Cord Dave and a bunch of others. I'll be dropping a reflections video of the Cord Dave as well, because it's an amazing DAC on its own, in its own right. But that's it for me, guys. If you have further questions, do feel free to drop comments, and I'll do my best to respond to you. And I'm also active on HeadFi. But subscribe to this channel, because a lot of you do drop comments, and I feel like forget to subscribe. And I'm asking for subscriptions because I think it's more fun to have more of you watching my videos on a regular basis. Sajid, I'm signing out. Stay tuned for my next one. Bye-bye.